Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In the last video I explained the default camera user interface of the Vivo Y95. Now in this video let's look at the professional mode and the remaining settings of the Vivo Y95 camera user interface. Now if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, share with your friends and help support my channel. So here's the take photo mode which we have seen in another video. So let's quickly move on to the professional mode. So this is the professional mode. This is the reason that I am making this video. As you can see, there is a full-fledged professional mode that's been given in the Vivo Y95, which is really appreciated. Now the interesting thing here is to how you can actually use the shutter speed, because the range goes from 1 by 12,000 second. That's a whopping 1 by 12,000 seconds. It's very quick. That means you can pretty much freeze any movements in proper lighting conditions. So let's say that you are in a daytime situation outside, there are people playing sports and you want to capture them very nicely without getting blurred shots, then this is the shutter speed that you would like to use. So it gives really nice and sharp looking images and quickly freezes the movement. So that's really important. And as you can see, it all the way goes up to 16 seconds. That's really nice when you are taking in indoor situation pictures. That means if the light is dark, and even for light trails, if you want to do that kind of photography, then this is really nice. So there is all kind of shutter speed value that you can utilize and get some really nice looking images from your Vivo Y95. Okay, let's say this is an indoor situation which is very static. There is nothing really going on here. So how you can use the manual mode right now? Okay, always remember that use the shutter speed, along with the ISO. So how you use the ISO and how you use the shutter speed is really important. So as you can see, it's completely dark right now, right? So let's say that I keep the ISO value to 50. Now how much shutter speed should I keep? You should keep the shutter speed to probably 1 by 5 second. Now if this looks overexposed, then we may keep it to 1 by 10th of a second. Now as you can see, as I move the camera, it's giving me jittery kind of feel. As you can see, very blurry kind of feel. So what that means is you should not shake your hand. If you just shake a little bit of your hand, then you are going to get blurred images. So that's the thing you want to remember. So what I can do instead is to increase the ISO value, say up to 400. Now I can actually reduce the shutter speed to 1 by 200 or say 1 by 100th of a second. Now as you can see, if I move the camera, if I move the user interface, now there is little blur or little motion blur. So now I can easily take picture. Now the problem here is, again, I am using the ISO value 400. Okay, for this mobile up to ISO 400 or up to ISO 800 is fine. If you are increasing the ISO number, then what happens is the image gets noisy. So as you are already seeing here, so it may not be visible in the camera. Let me click a picture and show it for you. So this is at ISO 800. Now you can see there is so much noise over here, right? So this is the kind of noise, this is the grain that you actually get while you capture with the higher ISO. So this was captured with 1600 ISO. So that's why I suggest you keep the ISO to 400 value. So that gets the job done. So here again I have to increase the shutter speed. Let's say according to the situation, let's keep it to 1 by 100, and still I get the nice looking image. So this is the way you want to use the shutter speed and ISO value. Now this is the tap to focus. Just as I tap, I can focus. Now if you want to manually use the exposure value, what you want to do is to keep the ISO to auto, then use this EV value. Now EV value all the way goes up to +2 stops. That's really nice of Vivo. As you can see how you can, without changing the shutter speed, you can actually change the EV and get accurate looking exposed images every single time. Now with the auto ISO setting and with this manual shutter speed, it changes, right? ISO 2234. So make sure that the ISO number is really low so that you get nice soft detailed looking images. So you can always increase the shutter speed depending upon the scene here. Now as you can see, ISO has reduced to 115. So this is the trial and error method that you can do with different situations. Now this is the indoor lit situation. You can actually experiment with outdoor situations. The scene will be different there. And if you are capturing kids images, make sure that you are keeping the shutter speed over 1 by 1000 of a second. That means you won't see the kids moving around blurred. So that's how you can compensate the shutter speed as well as ISO. So I hope with these settings you take better images. The next one is the white balance. Now it is set to auto. If you are not getting accurate colored images, you can always use the white balance, and depending on the scene, different scene, you can change it and get accurate looking colored images. So this is why white balance is used. So the next one here is this reset mode. If you just tap on, everything will be reset. And here's the autofocus to manual focus. Okay, let's say that I use tap to focus and I'm not happy with how it is focusing. Now just tap on that and let's keep it to macro flower. So I can get this much close. As you can see, there is so much detail in the picture here. So boom, there you go, very sharp looking image. So if you want this kind of detail, make sure that your focus is properly focused on the subject only. So this way you can manually change the focus and bring everything into. So as you are seeing right now, the minion is sharp looking. Boom, there you go. So this is how you use the autofocus and manual focus. If you want to reset, just tap on this one, everything will be set to auto and reset. So here's the little icon that you are seeing. This is the electro level meter. Now you can use this to ensure that again it is properly horizontal to the level, horizontal to the ground, I can say. So as you are seeing, when it turns yellow, everything is straight, and then click a picture. So if you want professional type of looking images, then always use this grid lines along with the electro level meter. That way you can ensure you are taking some really nice looking images. Boom, there you go, trying out different angles. Now this is the Ultra HD mode, the very famous mode of Vivo here. It takes really sharp images, but one thing you need to remember is make sure your hand is very steady while you are using this Ultra HD mode. And then let's take a picture. So let it process, because that's a very high resolution image, and as you can see, so much I can zoom and still get a lot of details from this image. Now if you are using doc mode, so let's say you have document, you have newspaper or some postcard or even some writings, and you want to take the text very detailed. So let me keep this lens over here and show you the text. So while capturing doc, always make sure that the subject is of text and then click a picture. Now it should come really sharp. So it will recognize it as a text and gives you in doc mode. So this is how you can utilize the doc mode document. Here's the professional, here's the panorama. So I don't have to explain about panorama, right? So next, face beauty. Okay, so facial features gets unlocked here, but there is nothing really to change. You can change the beauty mode to 4, 5, 6 levels. Otherwise you can always keep it to AI. So there is actually AI beauty mode over here. So if I just tap on this one, let's use the portrait bokeh along with AI. So that way your images may come a little soft, and depending on the artificial intelligence, it recognizes different skin tones and then gives you some nice looking image. So this is how you can use the face beauty. So take photo mode has been covered in another video already. So here's the video mode. What you can do with the video mode: capture 1080p videos, capture 720p and 480p. There is slow motion over here, which is very kind of Vivo, giving slow motion under 15,000 rupees, really nice. Of course it doesn't record with very high resolution. So let's say, okay, so let's say how it recorded. So this is the slow motion you get with the Vivo Y95. So this is the slow motion. I think it's recording at 120 frames per second probably. So let's check the detailed information of this one. MP4 format, 640 by 480 resolution, so not quite high resolution, and I think it recorded at 120 or rather 240 frames per second, but not more than that. So this is the slow motion. So while you are capturing with slow motion, make sure there is plenty of light, otherwise you will get flickering effect. So there is again normal mode for capturing video, there is time lapse. So all bundled in this little video icon. So make sure you are using that whenever necessary. So this is the 1080p video. It captures at 30 frames per second. So there is no option to change the resolution, which is unfortunate, but still you have got all the features in hand. So there is AR stickers again. So if you are kind of person who uses a lot of AR thing, there is of course AR, artificial recognition stickers. So you can use all these creative filters or effects for your images. So guys, this was it. Very nice feature set mobile, Vivo Y95. If you are considering to buy this one, I would recommend buy this mobile. It's really nice, worth the money. Alright, so this was about the camera settings. If you like this video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more detailed videos. Alright guys, see you all in another one. Till then, take care everyone. Bye bye.